looking nice. Why you took off your clothes? You got the jacket on this time? Why you do that? You shouldn't get so hateful. honey.
And good morning. Welcome to Early Morning Grind with your two favorite people, Reuben and Alzie Dukes. Today is Friday, July 27th, 2018. So we hope that you guys are up. We hope that you got your coffee going this morning because we're going to make today a great day. For weather today for the city of West Palm Beach, it is currently 80 degrees. West Palm today is set to have a high of 88 and a low tonight of 79, and there's rain in the forecast. For Fort Lauderdale today, it is currently 79 degrees. Fort Lauderdale is set to have a high today of 88 and a low tonight of 80, and there's rain in the forecast. For Miami today, it is currently 79 degrees. Miami is set to have a high of 88 and a low tonight of 80. For Belgrade, it is currently 73 degrees. Belgrade today is set to have a high of 89 and a low tonight of 74, and there's rain in the forecast. For Pahokee today, it is currently 75 degrees. Pahokee is set to have a high of 88 and a low tonight of 74, and there is rain in the forecast. For Clewiston today, it is currently 75 degrees. Clewiston is set to have a high of 89 and a low tonight of 74. We're going to jump to our states. For Texas today, we're visiting Dallas. It is currently 87. Dallas is set to have a high of 102 and a low tonight of 79. For California today, we're visiting Los Angeles. It is currently 69. Cali today is set to have a high of 86 and a low tonight of 70. And for Los Angeles, California today, it is noted that you will have an excessive heat warning in effect. For Pennsylvania today, we're visiting Pittsburgh. It is currently 67 degrees in Pittsburgh. Today, they're set to have a high of 80 and a low tonight of 62, and there's rain in the forecast. For Atlanta today, Atlanta, Georgia is currently at 71. They're set to have a high today of 91 and a low tonight of 70. On to Ohio. We're visiting Cleveland. Cleveland is currently at 65. They're set to have a high today of 76 and a low tonight of 66. And that is weather for today. Now, like always, I like to come to you with something that happened on this day in history. Today, July 27th, 1991, Natalie Cole, her song Unforgettable, with Love goes to #1 on this day. On this day, July 27, 2013, everybody remembered or remembers Bob Hope. Bob Hope, he actually died on this day at the ripe age of 100. Now, on this day, July 27, 1974, President Nixon, he was impeached on this day. The 37th President of the United States was impeached and removed from office. The impeachment proceedings results from a series of political scandals involving the Nixon administration, known as Watergate. Now, I found it very interesting that a president would rob his own setup, but that's what Watergate was all about. So on this day, July 27, 1974, again, President Richard Nixon was impeached and removed from office. And that's just a little history for you on today. And now on to sports and news.
Well,
Oh,
Marvin.
wait, actually, let me do the announcements.
Yeah, do that. I'm trying to jump all over there.
On to today's announcements.
I'm sorry.
Um,
You ignoring me?
no, I'm trying to do my stuff. For announcements today, if you're in the area of the Fort Lauderdale area, please stop by the Faith Center. And that address is 5555 Northwest 95th Avenue. And that is in the city of Sunrise. Service times for the Faith Center is Sunday morning worship is at 10 a.m. and Wednesday night Bible class is at 7:30 p.m. And the Right Bishop Henry Fernandez sits as the head of the ministry, and his lovely wife serves beside his side. And for the month of August, the Faith Center has Impact Night happening on August 3rd. So if you're not doing anything, bring the kids out to Impact Night on August 3rd. We have some terrific people that's going to be there. Ty Tribbett is going to be there, and Cora Jakes is going to be there. So remember Impact Night, August 3rd. And that is the announcements for the Faith Center. On to Power Prayer Ministry, better known as Pop Ministries. So if you're in the area of the Riviera Beach area, stop by Power Prayer Ministries. Their service times are Sundays at 9:30 a.m. They have Bible class or Sunday school, and morning worship starts at 10 a.m. And the right Apostle George Ferguson Sr. sits as the head person in charge, and his lovely wife, Pastor Roz, serves beside his side. Now, they are located at 1057 West 6th Street, and that is in the city of Riviera Beach, Florida.
How you doing, honey?
I'm doing fine. Now, also, we have the Faith Church that's in West Palm Beach. Their address is 3505 Shiloh Drive, and that's in the city of West Palm Beach. So if you're interested in joining the Faith Church.
With Pastor David Crank, well, his son is Shula.
Pastor David and Nicole Crank, they are the pastors that are there in charge. Okay.
Well, his son is preaching, Pastor Shula.
Okay.
That's his son.
That's his son.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are our announcements for today.
All right. News: Steve Harvey is issuing some advice about dealing with haters based on his allegation of $400 million rumors. Say rumors for $400 million divorce from Marjorie Harvey. I didn't know they was getting rumors.
Really?
Yeah. Say I keep haters in the classroom watching me. All they can do is learn. He concludes, keep your haters in your classroom. So I'm thinking it's all allegations, just throughout there. I hope they're not getting divorced. I mean, I hope they can work it out, There was a huge blowout fight. Marjorie walked out threatening divorce inside an alleged gossip site of supposed $400 million divorce. There's no way she's going to put up with Steve hanging around a man-eater like Chris, especially since he's proven time again he can't be trusted.
Who is Chris?
I don't know who Chris is. The same report claimed when Jenner and Steve weren't holed up in meetings, he's also be bogged down with phone calls and text messages and all that with the Kardashian star. So, he dropped some gems like Steve does. For the people that's saying all these, allegedly saying all these things about him and Marjorie. I mean, people get into arguments. And she walked out, I guess, heard she wanted to get a divorce. You know, people took that and ran with it, I guess. But he did conclude this and about haters.
Haters. Listen, don't break for the foolishness of haters. What I'm trying to say is, don't stop for them. Do not stop for haters. Just keep going. Don't stop going forward for something that has no bearing on where you're headed. They have no power unless you allow them. You know, Martin Luther King said, a man can't ride your back unless you bend over. That's true. Stand up. Don't allow people to determine your outcome. Most haters don't even know you. And if they do know you, they wish they were you. So don't break for fools. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. Keep moving forward. There's a great life ahead of you. All you got to do is go claim it. I keep all my haters in my classroom. They watching me. All they do is watch and learn. Keep your haters in your classroom.
All right.
That was well said. Keep your haters in your classroom.
Because haters make
Yeah,
elevators.
that's right. Keep your haters in the classroom. All they can do is sit and watch and learn. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I look back, and then not look back, but just like, and I'm always bringing this up, LeVar Ball. I know every show I bring him up, but this dude, what he's doing is impressive. On professional league, where it's finna soon, and people think it's gonna fail. All you can do is sit back and watch. I watched this game this morning. The Lakers and no, not the Lakers, excuse me, the LA Ballers and the Houston Ballers. Now, the only thing I think lacked was nothing. Just most people ain't show up. It's going to be like that in the beginning because everybody's looking for you to fail. That's when you go the hardest. You know what I'm saying? This man is giving people off the street, young kids, that's not getting a scholarship for grades, finish high school, but colleges don't want them because of their grades. And they end up working in Walmart or on the street corner, playing on the playground. He's going to get those kids. Them are your most talented kids. They could go and play in the NBA. Yeah, I watch you see this league. This league gonna be off the chain. And so people hate on him. They hate on anything that's dealing with growth, or if you're trying to grow. And I tell my wife, people gonna hate on us. Maybe you don't think so, but yeah, they do. They hate on our relationship. Right? What?
I guess. I don't know. I don't really pay close attention to my haters.
That's right. So you don't pay attention to them. You don't let them ride your back, right?
No. A lot of times you don't even know people hating on you.
Yeah, because you don't pay no time for
read
it.
into it. I mean, I think those that read into it, and then people wind up on their back. Then it gets them down. Then it gets them discouraged. Or they're worried about what people think and say.
Right.
Like you said, Harvey said it best. Just keep moving forward. Keep your focus.
Right.
And don't get distracted by your haters.
Well,
Let them just stay right on in that classroom.
That's
and
right.
learn.
That's it. I mean, we have disagreements.
All the time.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You yelled at me this morning.
I don't yell.
So I yelled back at her. Wonder why women do that. They'll yell at you, but you can't yell back.
A woman's yell is nothing compared to a man's yell. It's an expression.
You know you're so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
My wife went in and changed all of her clothes.
I did not.
Until you took off the sexy pants.
I don't want to wear them.
She wore them for me to look at that booty. So I made her mad. She went and took them off.
No. Wrong. You're thinking wrong right now. I have my reasoning.
So you take them off.
Mm-hmm. This is even more sensitive.
But yeah, so we do have disagreements. Get through them, right?
That's right. Fight.
Fight. Get through them. You have to. If you have a disagreement at home early in the morning, get through them. Right? And like I be explaining to my wife, our studio.
Yeah, you can say explain, but it's your tone.
She don't know. She don't want to know. But when you try to, she don't want to know what I'm saying.
True.
I don't think you want to know what I'm saying.
Well, you got that wrong.
Okay.
WRONG, wrong.
So I'm wrong.
Yes, very wrong.
Far. You got to get it right there. Right?
It's the approach.
So the studio is going to be like, it's going to be very busy. My wife do not like busy.
That's not true. I don't like loudness. Like, if we're listening, oh, she just pulled everything off of me.
Oh, I did?
Yes, she did. Where you headed?
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. Connect.
Testing. Testing. Testing.
What happened?
Can you hear you? Can y'all hear us now? All right. Yeah, that wasn't plugged up.
Oops.
I seen it. But I do apologize.
That's some cooking.
Yeah. I do apologize for yelling at you. Because you yelled at me.
You think I yelled at you?
You yelled at me. Well, I can't take this.
I
I
can't
said, well, go in
I
the goddamn
said-
doggone room.
This is how I said. I can't take all that loud stuff in the morning.
She ain't say it like that.
Yes, I did.
She did
Looking
not say
just
it.
like I can't take that loud stuff.
She said,
in
I
the morning.
can't take this. That's how
No,
she said it. I'm
I
telling
can't take this loud stuff in the
you.
morning.
Lord, be my witness. I can't take, look at my,
I was not looking like that.
just like that.
No, my face don't look like that.
Face was looking all like that.
Let me tell you, he had his phone turned up to the
How you
max.
think the studio gonna be?
He had the radio turned up to the max, and he was trying to talk to me. I said, I can't take all that at one time.
You gotta be multitask in the entertainment business.
That's too much.
Well,
at
anyway.
least if it was toned down, okay, I can kind of strain my ears to listen. But that was a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Kevin Durant says media often portrays him as being sensitive. Yeah, check this out.
It's a brand given life by craftsmen.
Well, they got a commercial on right now. So.
That's a long commercial.
I have addressed this, but where do things stand with you and CJ now after everything that went down?
This is not East Coast, West Coast beef, bro. CJ, I'm gonna go have some wine with him in New York when he get back from China and take a picture if y'all really don't believe me.
Well, him and CJ McGullin, they say they consider it as him being the sensitive one. The guard from, if anybody don't know who CJ McGullin is, he's the guard from the Portland Trail Blazer. And they went back and forth on Twitter. Conversation pulled up with CJ. Durant and McGullin are fine. Plans to have some cheese and wine together, whatever. Okay.
You think when he come back from China, he's going to have some cheese and wine with him if you don't believe.
Yeah. LeBron James' son, they having an AAU basketball game over in Las Vegas. And the gym, the game was sold out. It was packed. It was packed for Lil Bronny.
How old is he?
Lil Bronny 13.
Oh, okay.
But I think with Lil Bronny, it ain't just Lil Bronny. It's this kid named Mike on the team. I think he's number 13. His number is number 13. Or 12. That kid is the real deal. Kid is the real deal.
At 13.
At 13. And then they got this 7 foot, this center. LeBron is 6'10", I think, 6'9".
Oh, wow.
6'9" or 6'10", or 6'8", one of them. They got this center that's 13 years old. Kid is like 7 feet tall.
Ooh,
He about 6'11". Standing all over LeBron.
Oh, my goodness.
He taller than LeBron.
Wow.
Yeah, so
he
they
plays
got
basketball.
He
plays basketball?
Yeah, they all on the AAU team together.
Okay.
So they had to shut down the AAU game because the gym was overfilled. Yeah, people was packed out in there.
Because LeBron was there.
Yeah, LeBron and they had CP3. They had a lot of, it was star-studded. So a lot of people wanted to be there. So that was awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Fantasia Barrino canceled Cincinnati Music Festival performance. Tamar Braxton to replace her. Yeah. I don't think nobody really want to. But Tamar is nice, so. John Shatner files a lawsuit against Papa John's. That man catching it all over the place. Wow. Remember that, wow. The Mega Million winner received more money, jackpot revised to $543 million. Say he received, based on final sales, was up to 543. Wow. So, wow.
Oh, so he got the lump sum cash?
He got 29 years of lump sum cash, $320 million.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice chunk of change.
So, Mike Neese, Right Watches, hangs a sign over his family store, Ernest Liquors, San Jose, California. The California lottery says one lucky person who won the Mega Million lottery bought the ticket at Ernest Liquors. Jeff. Wow. Nice. That's nice. So he got a lump sum of $320. That's good money. It's good money. I still hide my natural hair. Here's why. Why y'all hide y'all natural hair, honey? And still, then again, Mike and Southern California, if you watch the Early Morning Grind, we do take donations. of, if you want to donate some of that 320 over here, whatever. All right. Gwinnett denies Amber Rose claim that she's Beyonce Becky. That's your type of stuff. About good hair and all that.
Yeah, keep it natural.
Yeah, what you think about that? Keeping it natural.
It's always nice. Sometimes it's get a little hard to deal with, but
yeah.
Overall, it's more healthier for you.
Well, T.I. donates expensive sneakers to help victims of Hurricane Harvey. That was back in the day. And, no, that was actually 14 hours ago. T.I. and Tiny get seriously close while dancing in Miami. Really? When they gonna get it? When? I thought they was,
They be on and off.
Off the freaking chain, them two there. So, all right, we good.
Okay, well, on to
I done ran my mouth enough.
I
think I ran my mouth enough.
In the city of Sunrise.
On to today's hot topic.
Haters make elevators, right, honey?
That's what
Good morning,
says.
Terry Morris. Good morning, Jay Gillen.
Today's hot topic reads 10 basic rules for dealing with in-laws. And you can find this information at www.familyeducation.com.
Dealing with in-laws.
Yeah, 10 rules for dealing with in-laws. We know that in-laws, they can be a piece of work at times.
Right.
Yes, a very piece of work.
A lot of that, I know that for a fact.
So number 1 on the list says, work with your spouse. And again, this is 10 basic rules for dealing with in-laws. So you first want to work with your spouse.
Okay, work with
This
her.
is the key, the whole enchilada. Remember, you are in this together, and never put your spouse in a situation where he or she has to choose between you and a relative. Try to understand the bond your spouse has with his or her grandparents, parents, and siblings.
Let me share something with you. The Bible says,
Oh, you're doing the Bible.
when you're married, a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. You get married and become one tree.
Yeah,
Leave thy mother and thy father. I'm just paraphrasing.
it does says that, but this is just saying that you want to work with your spouse.
Do
Some
what?
People work with
Do
that
in-laws?
part.
Oh,
Absolutely.
the devil is a lie.
You don't just kick your in-laws to the side
I'm gonna
because
tell you something.
you don't want to deal with what's going on.
If they're not respecting my house, if they showing disrespect to my house and what I have established here with my wife and our relationship, they have no regards of calling and rules and regulations. Call all time of night, worrying my wife. I have no say so. Are you? No.
So you're not willing to
Only if
work together.
there's a respect letter, because there has to be a fine line. It has to be a fine line. Because people will use you, in-laws or no in-laws, especially your own kinfolks. Especially when they know that you're strong and you got something great going on, and they can depend on you. People are always looking for people they can depend on. And a lot of times they lose sight and respect of that individual have a family and like to intervene and pull that person off course. And it's my job to say, hey, no. If I see my wife or my spouse getting pulled off course, of what her normalcy is, and she getting pulled from too much, that it's gonna bring about worry and upsetting her and sickness and all that. No, man, you got to step in. Mm-hmm. So I'm willing to work hand in hand with in-laws, but there's a line have to be drawn.
Okay. So listeners out there, we would really like your feedback on that statement. Working with your spouse. I don't know why you
got me talking about that. I'm got mad now.
Number 2 says, and you were saying the fine line, it says set boundaries and limits.
Hold
on. Okay. So you want to set boundaries and limits. No loans for in-laws without your spouse agreement. Work as a team. Don't make promises you can't keep. And I think that's a real big key factor for setting boundaries. Number 2 says no loan for in-laws without your spouse agreement, because sometimes we do tend to loan money out to family, and you haven't even spoken with your spouse about loaning that money out.
Right.
And then when things come up a little short and the spouse is like, well, I thought we had this. Then you say at that point, well, I loaned this to this person.
You see what I'm saying?
And they said they was going to give it back, but I never received it back.
But there's no agreement.
So, no, because you didn't speak to your spouse about it, and that causes,
friction.
Issues.
That causes a lot of friction.
To pop up.
That causes a lot of friction.
So you want to work as a team.
Did you ever do that before? Yep.
No.
And she'd get mad when I asked about it.
Yes, I did. Well, you knew about it.
Later. It was a while ago, though.
Yeah, a long time. I don't.
I said, why you didn't tell me?
Because I know you would have said no. But that was a long time ago. But I don't do that anymore because of the friction that it did cause. I would say, well, such and such called and they wanted to.
You're so pretty.
Don't go there. They wanted to borrow a certain amount of money and said, what do you think about that? Are we in agreement with it? And then you'll say, I don't know about that.
Can I get a kiss?
No, we're talking here on live feed. Oh, why you gotta do your lip like that? That make you feel better? Okay, can we move forward now?
Move forward.
So on to number 3. Enforce the boundaries and the limits.
Yes.
And it says, for example, if you don't want your in-laws showing up uninvited, you want to stick to your guns. Yeah. Don't answer the door. We've been in a situation where we showed up to some in-laws' houses.
And jokers ain't open the door.
They didn't open the door.
Because we don't hardly go over people.
But this particular time
that was some years ago, though.
Yeah, I remember that.
You wanted to go over there.
No, I did not.
To your brother's house.
No.
That was your brother.
No.
Yeah,
that was your family.
That was my family. My family don't do stuff like that.
No.
What are you talking about? Who? My family do not do stuff like that. If I go to my family house, they gonna open the darn door.
I'm talking about your family here.
Who?
I'm talking about down south.
Oh, Irvin?
You gonna call his name out?
Irvin. Let me see. They wasn't there. They
were not there.
No.
That's what you're telling me.
They wasn't there. That was a while ago. Irvin don't like me popping up to his house.
Oh my goodness.
That's my brother in Miami. I like to pop up the Irvin house.
He's like, man, don't be popping up.
Irvin hate that junk. Irvin don't like me popping up over to his house. No, I mean, yeah, I popped up to his house. One time he told me, he said, bro, don't do that. So I ain't never do it no more.
People don't like you just popping up. They like to know you're coming.
Oh, yes. My wife thought they was there. They'll open the door.
So,
they'll open the door. But
he's out there.
If he's there, they'll open the door. His wife is nice.
I'm not saying she's not. She's a good person.
She'll open the door. She'll open the door if she was there. I know you're talking about my other brother. Well, his wife was there. And we had a truckload of kids that time. That was years ago. And we went to the house. She was there, but my brother wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I bet she was like, I ain't bringing all them kids in my house.
But you want to enforce the boundaries and limits. So.
Oh, Arthur Annie is tuned in.
Good morning.
Arthur Harrington.
So you want to enforce the rules. You want to enforce those boundaries and limits.
Right.
So just don't show up to people's house. Call folk and let them know you're coming. That way they can at least get their house together. Because when you come unannounced, a lot of times they don't have stuff put in place.
Right.
You're showing up, people's like, oh, shoot, man, we got nothing together. I don't have no drinks to offer you. I'm headed out. Most of the time,
people have plans too, man.
Yeah,
like,
they have
you
plans.
gonna just pop up over here?
So you got to make sure you enforce those boundaries and limits.
Yeah, you have, I thought you was talking about my family here. Like, what?
No, you can go to your sister's brother.
Man, you off the chain, Granny, and be like, come in.
No, I did not say.
You knock on their door, they ain't gonna get up in there. They gonna say, come in.
I was talking about down south.
Oh because Irvin, no, he never did that. Not open the door. He told me don't be popping up. I popped up there one time.
Enforce the boundaries and the limits.
Johnny C, he don't do that either. But his wife, we went over there and we had all the kids with us because we had that youth day a while back, long time ago. Mm-hmm. And the kids was hanging out with us, and they came with us. Mm-hmm. So we
you just pop up to people's house with a house full of children. No,
heck no. That was years ago, man. I ain't do that. I never did that again, though. But that ain't never happened to me, though. But it is your brother.
Oh.
You went over Peter's house. Peter was there. Peter looked through that peephole and he ain't open the door. I think they do that to her because she's like I'm
the enforcer.
The enforcer. And when she come around, they don't
open that door.
They don't want her to be around.
Because they know, but what is you doing in here? What's going on?
Going off.
I don't go off.
You go off.
Question. I'd be like this.
I'd be like, look, I'm finna go. I have nothing to do with that. I don't go in. I don't be bothered with it.
Well, on to number 6.
All right.
Number 6 says, get with the program.
Okay.
So adjust your thinking to the reality of the situation. Don't expect what people cannot deliver.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. So get with the program.
Get with the program, people.
Mm-hmm. Number 7 says, learn to cool off. You got to cool off.
Well, look, when it come to in-laws,
they will take you there. Some of them will take you there.
Man, you be want to knock some of them jokers in their face. Right in the face.
But you got to learn to cool off.
Did you see that fight with on social media? This lady from McDonald's, big lady, grabbed that girl and threw her on the table.
But she threw a shake in her face.
Yeah, threw a shake in that lady's face. Oh, she felt all that. She felt all that stomach weight, armpits, and she beating that lady's face in.
Pulling her around like a sack of potatoes.
She threw her on the table like she was flipping burgers. You see her feet all in the air. I'm like, God, dog, but she whooping her tail, boy. I sit there looking like, you're supposed to be looking at that stuff. I don't like that stuff, but boy, that right there was, yeah, that was, but she felt all that.
I bet she won't do that no
Oh,
more.
yeah, she was dizzy and everything.
She ain't gonna never do that again.
Yeah, please. Man, she was... But little girl wasn't backing down, though.
But she just had too much.
I think that Big Mac was bad. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know, but you don't let your emotions get the best of you where you just take something, you just fling it at somebody.
And she hit that lady in the face with a tray. Mm-hmm.
So she deserved every bit of it. That's self-defense.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
She hit that big lady. She didn't even feel it. Like, ooh. Her head went, ooh. She didn't even feel that tray. She, ooh. Whatever. Okay.
So you got to learn to cool
down, especially with some in-laws, though.
Yeah.
You ever got into it with some of your in-laws?
Oh, yes, I have. But guess what? Time heals many wounds.
There's some people out there that still...
wounds, many heals.
Yeah. There's some people out there that's still upset with their in-laws right now.
Yeah, because sometimes they attack their character.
Right.
You know, and that's not pretty cool at
all.
Right,
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of breakups because of in-laws.
Oh, yeah.
If you really look at the statistics, the mother-in-laws with husbands have split houses tenfold based on
their likes and dislikes.
Yeah. I mean, they interference.
And they don't feel like you should be with that particular person. You should be with this. This was a better choice.
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of that goes
I'm
on.
going to tell you something. They call a lot of her family.
Family.
Her mama.
My mama.
And Pete, you know, they call her phone a lot. And I had to put a stop to it.
Yeah, you do.
And she, you know, and then she go out and help her mom, which is great. But you got to put a stop to that. Like not a stop, but you got to put a line. You got to, you know, like we said in number 2, set boundaries and limits. You know, it ain't putting a stop to it, but you got to set boundaries. Because my wife, she does a lot of different things, and so do I. It ain't like we just sitting around waiting on people to call. And a lot of people, they do it like unintentionally. They don't think, you know. But you have to be the one to say, "Hey,
enough." Yeah, because sometimes families, sometimes when they are really depending on a person, they don't realize, they may realize, but it's kind of a little selfishness of them to say, well, I need this person to do this. It doesn't matter what they got going on. This is what I need them to do.
Right.
Now, when it comes to something like that, you be like, well, wow. And if you don't come through for them, they get upset and mad at you.
Right.
And you be like, well, don't get upset and mad. I have a life too. I have a husband.
Right.
You know, I have people that I have to answer to. Like you said, I'm just not sitting here not doing anything. I'm not just lollygagging. I have things that I have a schedule. And it's like line on line, precept on precept.
Exactly.
And when you ask me to do something, it kind of deterred me off of my schedule that I do have in place. And sometimes it doesn't always work out or get done when you ask me to do it.
And that's not always good.
No, so it's best for me. I can't say I'm going to commit to it.
Right.
I say if I can get to it, I will, but I can't make you a promise.
Right, but some people do get mad.
Oh,
that's the bad part about it. They get mad in the attitude when you can't meet their need. And when you get people like that, it's time to say, okay, now let's pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to pump the brakes, baby.
Let's just stop
It's time to we're going to stop right here. And this is what we're going to do. And that's it.
Let's take a breather.
Let's take a breather, man. You know, let's sit back. We need to set some limitations. Because if I take the limits off, then I'm going to miss what's going on in my life. Because if I take the limits off and let that flow in, and then they're going to take up all my time trying to please and appease you and not myself. And then there's a lot of people out there going through that right now. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. Going through it right now.
Man, I'm talking about right now.
Make that separation. I love you. Don't get me wrong. But I'm trying to get somewhere in life. I'm trying to make something happen here. And because I don't have, you at the top of my list does not mean that I don't love you.
Yeah.
I love you very much,
Right.
but I have to fit you in where I can right now. I mean, if something else opens up, yes, I could, put more time. But then at the same time, I'm not the only child that you have.
There you go. You got
know?
some in-laws to just say they know their kids. And they will play on certain kids because they know.
Oh, such and such is going to come through.
They'll come through anyway. That's wrong. You need to use all your resources.
Right.
When you could do that, you could spread it out. People be like, okay. And that comes to number 8, say be mature.
Yeah, be mature about it.
And, try to think different. Try to see things differently from the in-laws' point of view. Okay? So like we say, if you spread it out, we can see that.
And it'll work better. It'll flow better. And one person won't feel like, well, I'm having to give up so much. And at the same time, I'm having to deny my family, my spouse, the time that's really due to him or her. So it's a lot of planning that has to go in place.
I think sitting down, and a lot of times that don't work because
nobody want to sit down.
That don't work. Yeah, for real. It doesn't work. Like a lot of times that doesn't even register in certain in-laws' minds. Like, you my daughter, you my son, so you got to come meet the need here. Listen, I represent athletes, right? And I've been in their presence and been around them. You couldn't imagine how the family, they're more involved. Even when the athlete has a significant other, they less involved. The family is more involved.
Because they want to know what's in it for them.
Yes. What can they get out of it? Like mainly, yes. And it's bad. Being around those, and you see that. Like, and I tell those guys, look, I think the only person you need to be dealing with is the people in your circle that you've been dealing with for a very long time, which is your mom and probably a couple people in that circle, right? When it comes to that, you need to draw a line from friends, set limitations, set boundaries, because when you start getting distracted and getting pulled different ways, it knocks you clean off your focus.
Right. Because you're trying to please everybody. You like
imagine what these athletes go through.
Trying to please everybody.
That was an athlete played for the Cowboys, D lineman. I'm not going to call his name. I did name drop my brother-in-law and my brother, but I'm not going to call this dude name. He had to put out a restraining order on his family.
Oops. What?
For real.
Really?
This man had to put out a restraining order on his family, man. I was like, wow.
That's deep right there.
Bruh, you don't understand. Yeah. They calling them for money. So he had then got out of hand.
No, that's out of control.
His wife and stuff, it then got out of hand, man. He put a restraining, don't come around me.
If you ain't coming about me, you want what I got.
Yes. Horrible.
Not concerned about me as a person. And you got people like that all over.
Horrible, man.
I'm your friend. You gonna do good looking out, right, bro? I've been there with you through the trenches. You gonna look out for a brother?
As most athletes right now, like going through that.
Wow.
Majority of the athletes, especially the African American athlete, because he always was told when the father ain't there, you're the man of the house. And now you done put that responsibility on him. Now him being the man of the house, he got to take care of you. Mm-hmm. You can't turn your son into your husband. Mm-hmm. When he get a wife, now the mother is showing resentment towards the wife.
Mm-hmm. Because she ain't gonna
get it. She done built up that thing. She ain't getting those, now.
Them perks.
The perks. Like she used to. And that's wrong. Mm-hmm. You can't tell this young boy, he's 7 years old, you the man of the house. You be the mother and you take care of him and you raise him. Mm-hmm. But you can only give a man certain components to be able to move and maneuver in the world. Mm-hmm. It's going to take iron sharpening iron. Mm-hmm. That's why, I dealt with a lot of young brothers as a coach and being that father figure too in their life because that's what's needed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's no knock against women. Women are strong. Mm-hmm. But you cannot give a woman can't give a man what a man really need to being a man like a man can. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We have certain components that we could give to a young man to say, to say this is what you need to do is being strong. Yeah. Okay, they say LeBron James' mama moved around. LeBron was raised by his mama. Yes, but LeBron was only raised by his mama because he stayed with his coach. Mm-hmm. There was always a man there in his life to show him the ways to be as a man. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Reuben, me per se, I was raised by my mom, but God always put men in my life to show me directions and the qualities and to be how to be and take care and do and be as a man, right? I watched my brother as a man. My mama was nurturing, loving. Mm-hmm. Anything I needed was heartfelt. Mm-hmm. Cried on the shoulder when I needed to. Mm-hmm. She got on me when she did, right? Mm-hmm. Now I ain't saying a woman can give a man that discipline, but only to a certain extent, right?
Right.
But a man can give a man discipline. All the way. You ever notice when a man say something to a young boy or a young man that never had a father in his life?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he rub.
Look like that.
You know what I'm saying? Now, normally when a woman say something to him, what happens?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Ma, they takes it easier. Mm-hmm. When I get on my son, he can't take it. He about to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He can't take it. I get on him, he can't take it. He can take it because he was raised by a man. You know what I mean? But he used to can when he was young. Mm-hmm. Right? But as he grew and understood, and now he's doing what a man is supposed to do. Take care of himself, right? Mm-hmm. When a man is missing that man presence in their life, you can see it. You can notice it.
Yeah, I would say that all, like you were saying, your son, but all men, because I watch LeVar Ball with his son.
Okay. I watched Bishop with his son.
And there was one segment where he was getting on him, and he went on, and I think he said something like, this is how you gonna be shooting. Ain't nobody coming after you like this, that. And I mean, he was digging in to him.
Tearing him up.
And he said something. He said, boy, what you said? Turn them cameras off.
Turn the cameras off.
I was like, uh-oh. He's about to really get in it.
Man,
but it made him, it was that iron, sharpening iron moment that he needed him to understand that in order to get where you need to go, it's just certain things you just got to do in order to make it happen for you.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something, man. There are a lot of people, like, they'll come at you. But it's up to you to be strong about it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I have came after, like a lot of young brothers say, hey, man, tighten up, da-da-da-da. They ain't like it. Mm-hmm. But as they grew and understood, it's like, man, thank you. They see me right now today. Thank you, Coach Dukes. I really appreciate you, man. You're awesome. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at the time, it just don't feel good. Anytime correction is brought into a situation, whether it be with a man, a woman, a boy, or girl, between two siblings, husband and wife, whenever correction is brought, doesn't always feel good because people don't always want to receive correction.
Right.
They don't like the rod of correction.
A lot of people don't like that.
They just want everything to be baby. Oh, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
But no, this is what you need to do, and this is that.
You see that type of way in a lot of the NBA players. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like LeBron. LeBron got a new show coming up. HBO picked up. Gonna be on. It's called The Shop. And he was talking about in The Shop where he got into it with an AAU mom. Mm-hmm. AAU is AAU basketball, youth basketball, travel team and all that. Got into it with the mom. Mm-hmm. With the mom.
So that's going to be like one of the discussion topics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, got into it with the mom. And with a mama, not a dad, but a mama. Mm-hmm. Women are being put in position to be that. Mm-hmm. Solid, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To be that try to play that man figure in a boy's life, but be out of pocket. Mm-hmm. What you arguing with a man for? Mm-hmm. That's out of pocket.
It's out of pocket. I think this is a thing that's a history thing for our men. You know, because of history and the fact that the black man hasn't really had that opportunity to cohabitate with their children, to really be their father role.
It's changing now.
It is definitely changing.
It's changing
now. Has changed
significantly,
a whole lot.
Which is great. I see, and people don't understand. I see the trend have changed to a point. Shouts out to a lot of these celebrities and people that of influence. People are really seeing these guys are taking care of their kids now.
Yeah, being there for them, being at that soccer game, picking them up from school, doing homework. That goes a long way.
Yeah. A lot of them boys in the JBA, few of them boys have dads that push them. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the guys of influence like LeBron and Carmelo with his son, and you know these guys taking care of their kids. Shaquille and his boy. He's there at his game. He's speaking in his ear. You know, it ain't like, oh, I don't like my dad. These guys ain't. Most of these guys that I'm talking about, you heard nothing about their dads. Like LeBron, his dad, you don't know him. Like Shaquille, you know, he did a segment on his dad, tried to come on the Ricky Lake show to try to back in the day. They say that's my son.
That's my son.
Put claims on him since his boy made it to the NBA, made money. And then you heard the story when he called him up to Orlando, put like a $2 million or some $1 million check in his hand, and Shaq snatched it out of his hand and ripped it up.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Told him to get off my property. I don't think he should have did that, but.
Oh, sometimes the hurt is so deep between, you know, children and parents that because the parents have dropped the ball, you know, in order to rebuild that relationship together, there's some steps that have to take place. You know, you just showing up saying, I'm your dad. You got to accept me because I brought you in this world.
Yeah.
It's not always happening. It all depends on, you know, where you were. Why weren't you there? And that's most questions that a lot of children, even adults, have to this day.
In-laws.
Dad, why were you not there? Or Mom, why were you not there? What was going on so bad in your life that you were not able to be there for me?
Right. You don't hear much of that about moms, but you hear a lot about dads. But
it's happening with moms too.
How does tie into like in-laws? And it definitely does ties into
Yeah, because what you sow, you going to reap.
Ties into your in-laws being in your business. You scratching on that? Go up under my jacket.
Wait a minute now.
Oh, this is really irritating, guys. Go up under my
your
jacket.
jacket.
Yeah. Over on the right, the other one. Yeah. Big, yeah. Yeah. Go up. Go down. Oh, go over, go. Yeah. Go up a little. Yeah. No, you skipped it. Go over again. You was there. Go up just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, honey. My wife be digging in like she trying to scratch my back hard.
You say scratch.
That girl say, yeah, let me get involved with this.
So you got to be mature. Try to think, different. Try to see things from
that. Sorry,
in-laws.
station break.
Yeah, station identification break. From the in-laws' point of view, you want to be kind too. Even if you have to grit your teeth.
Yeah.
If you can't say anything, just smile and shut up.
That's it.
And just say, you know what? I see where this at.
And I'm going to say this. And this to the woman and the man. If you're married and your mother-in-law and your in-laws is getting involved in your relationship, in your marriage, be the one to speak up about it. Don't let your significant other have to speak up for you. Because them your people.
Them your people.
Same way as the wife.
Them her people.
Them your people. Speak up and say, hey, look, you got to speak. Don't let the man have to speak up. Because if the man speak up, they ain't going to like. They already don't like him. Or they already don't like her. Or I ain't going to say don't like her. If they showing some type of disrespect, and you know when you know when your in-laws don't like your
people.
Come on, man.
Your man.
You already know.
And
so
don't
you
be
be
going
the one
to talk to him about him. And when he come to the barbecue,
everybody looking at him sideways.
Looking at him funny. It's like, what he doing here?
All that negative stuff you done
said. And he be like, well, why they acting like that toward me?
I haven't said a word to them.
They don't even know me like that, but they already judging me. They judging you because she done went or he done went and talked to them about you.
Exactly. Show, stand up for your man, and men stand up for your woman, and that'll keep that relationship strong. All right.
And number 10 say you got to keep a sense of humor.
Because I don't know what the sense of humor gonna come in at. Because if I have to put some feet down, that ain't gonna be nothing about no sense of humor. That's gonna be like, hey, y'all need to tighten up and stop meddling around because you ain't gonna like it.
Okay.
All right.
So if you're just tuning in, we gave you 10 basic rules for dealing with in-laws. Number 1 says work with your spouse.
Number 2, set boundaries and limits.
Number 3 says enforce your boundaries and limits.
Enforce them. Don't just sit on them. Enforce them, man. Don't be soft. Number 4 is communicate directly.
5 says know yourself. Try to make sense of yourself into a person your in-laws won't.
That communicating directly is good. Say don't ask your spouse to talk to his
sister, mother, father, brother. You talk directly.
That's right.
That's right. You let them know how you feel.
We were just talking about that.
Number 6 says get with the program. Number 7 says learn to cool off.
And number 8, be mature. Number 9 is be kind. Be kind.
And number 10, keep a sense of humor.
Because if you be kind, look, be kind to a certain extent. I ain't gonna keep being kind and you disrespecting my house. After my wife don't even want to give me the phone, man.
No, because
when I feel like I be seeing her. And I be around her and I see how she reacts to things. And when they get on her nerves, man, I don't like that. Because that affects our relationship.
Right.
It affects that. And I don't need to be affected by somebody else's junk.
Oh, it's junk.
No, I'm just saying. In a broadness situation. I'm saying I don't need to be affected. This house do not need to be affected about other people's situations and junk. That's what it be most of the time.
Wow.
And just like with me, If my family, you know, was bothering me, my wife would step in and say, hey, you need to do something. No, or I'm going to say something.
Oh, they don't bother you.
They don't, no, my family don't do that, though. It's different.
It's totally different.
Totally different. My family do not do that. What? Alzie, if he see, what'd he do to you? You know what I'm saying? But it's seriously, in all seriousness.
Yeah, each family has its own family dynamics,
man.
you know, that make up their family. Some are a little bit more extreme than others.
Yeah, I got some big old calves.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in to watching me live. I'll be doing a motivation segment. Yeah, but yeah, man, that's real deal. And then we, you know, so what we got? Now it's time for Inspirational Corner with Alzie. Hey, but that's real though. Speak up. What you gonna tell the women? Y'all got to speak up. There's people going through that right now. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, the wife is not. They so intimidated of their family of being accepted. It's crazy.
We have a comment.
Avoid they blank cause problems will never end. 10 steps where? The only step I know is kicking someone behind.
Violence is not always the answer.
I really want to whip some behind. That's it, Roz Nilly. I really want to jump on him. Hear hands slapping. Talking later.
Some
jump right on
They
them.
do have families out there that do just settle their things by fighting it out.
But yeah, your spouse family just getting on your nerves, man, and interfering in your relational affairs. You know, it's time. I wouldn't say use the violent tactic because that really would cause problems. I would give you to say, you know, it's time to say, hey, it's time to enforce your limitations.
Yeah, enforce it.
Enforce the boundaries, man.
This is what and that's something that should be talked about between you and your spouse. What type of limitations we're going to put on family? What can family do and what can they not do? Because we want to make sure that we keep what we got going, you know, tight niche, without family interference to try and just break it up. You know, because most family, they don't want their people to be tied up in nothing anyway. They want them all to themselves.
See, that's wrong, man. Yeah. You have
people like that, and no, I don't think, and they'll be straight. I don't think she needs to be. She needs to be here with me.
What the devil, man?
He needs to be here with me because, you know, I need them.
Oh, wow! Get up out of here with your selfish self.
Yeah, not trying to realize or understand that, you know, you've lived your life. This person has connected with someone, and they're trying to build something. Together. They're trying to build their legacy like you built your legacy.
Exactly, man.
Give them a break. Back off. Really?
Back off. In-laws, back up out of your son, your daughter relational affairs. You're going to give an account of that, especially if they married.
Yeah, because I'm telling you what most children think. When you start, you know, drilling and they really love that person and they want to be with them, they'll move away. They say, you know what, maybe I need to move across the other part of the world.
Run them away.
That way, you know, I'll have you will have limited access to me.
But the problem with that is that person be so close to their family that they love their family. I ain't saying exempt yourself from your family.
But sometimes when the pressures get too much to handle and so much wish-wash going on, you sometimes have to separate yourself. You know what? Maybe I need to relocate.
Yeah, for real.
Maybe I need to get away.
Sometimes you got to relocate. Because there's people going through that right now across this world where families have split their marriage, split their relationship, split their house.
Then they don't care.
And the wife end up going back home to the mom, and the son, whatever, the husband, end up
going back
and living by themselves. And the, you know, it's horrible. what people do, and mainly most of the time is done out of jealousy.
Or just selfish.
Just being selfish, jealous, sad. Sad, man, and it's out there.
Yeah,
it's out there.
And today,
Roz Nilly said you need to kick somebody's tail. Keep them in-laws away. That joker crazy. I ain't finna go around there. How he like to jump on you.
Okay, and most people be like, you going to, and if you have an understanding spouse who knows that,
like that, Roz Nilly kick some tail.
You know, your family needs you. That's
Right.
a blessing, because most husbands or wives, take their relationship seriously, and they're just not gonna allow you to just go and spend so much time there, where to the point that they don't have access to you. Oh, she at her mom's house again. Oh, he at his.
Oh,
dad's
see
place.
that's where it started right there.
It's like, well, I wanted to go there, but you went there and you were so tired. We can't
do nothing. Like my wife, she be gone like all weekend. Like say a whole Saturday be
gone.
She come back be like, come on, I'm tired. I'm like, man, I know she be tired. But she'll try to stick it out anyway. No, you don't go give all your time and then come back and tolerate my time. We ain't going for that.
He said H to the no.
You gonna tolerate my time. But you gonna give somebody else all your other precious time. Where you put all your energy in. But when it come to me, you gonna tolerate my time? I'm tired, but come on. You ain't even at 100%.
No, I don't be at 100% on.
I need you at 100%. Women, your men need you at what? You understand what I'm saying?
And likewise, men.
Yeah, 100%. That's where I need you at. When me and you go hang out, 100% lit. Boom.
Not I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. That I'm gonna tell you something. That right there is very discouraging. I'm telling you. Y'all better listen to this early morning grind show. That right there is very discouraging when it comes to relationship. When a man take a woman out and then she had been giving all her positive time to somebody else, and he want to take out and show her a good time, and she tired. That right there discourages a man and pisses a man off. And when it's done repeatedly and repetitively, that's when the junk hit the fan. And that's when changes start coming in the relationship. And that's when splits start to happen. And guys go to getting discouraged and they can't trust. When a guy's trust break like that, it's a bad thing, because when they get around a woman, it's like, oh, you tired anyway, forget it. So they get out there and they having fun, you know what I'm saying? And they out there in the midst of everything else going on. And there have been guys out there like that.
Got sucked in.
Because
the other woman,
she home sleep. Like numerous times I want to take you out, babe. I want to come on. Even when that woman do go out. Come on, let's go dance and let's. I don't want to. That right there, it be like, man, you know what? Mentally, it start dealing with that person. Mentally. I've seen brothers do that. And it start dealing with them mentally. I know my wife don't dance too much.
I'm not a dancer.
But mentally, it start dealing with that brother. And then after a while, that brother go to just, and then women be like, well, why when the woman do want to go out now, he's mentally just drained. He just go out by himself. Why you don't take me? But you every time I take you, not 100%. I don't need you to ruining my time, because you gave your time to somebody else. You choose to give your time to somebody else.
So that's why you got to use your time wisely.
Yeah, that's it. And Roz Nilly say, don't forget how to put those Negroes out of my house.
Pressure already built up. His pressure already built up.
He put the Negro out of his house.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Now it's time for Inspirational Corner with Alzie. But that's a touchy situation, man.
It is. And like we said earlier, it's a thin line. You love your family. You want
Yeah,
to be
it's a thin line, though, man.
But when you are currently involved in a relationship, and like I said, unless you have an understanding spouse,
Man, come on.
it really can cause problems in your relationship.
I don't care what I don't care if you're in the church, not in the church, over top of the building, wherever you at. This evolves. Mm-hmm. This situation evolves all around humanity.
Situation.
Where you have seen marriages split because of in-laws, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For real.
For real.
I don't like him. Oh, I don't like him. And you keep saying that. Oh, I don't like. And you know, and this is what happens.
Like, what the heck? What's your problem?
And this is what happened to the women or the men. You know, your mom don't like your girl, but you still. And the girl know. Why you keep taking me over there? After a while, that woman gonna get mad, drained, mentally drained from all of that abuse, because words are powerful.
And a person shouldn't have to subject themselves to that. You know, yes, I love you. I love being with you, but family, your people don't like me. So I'm not going over there. You can't make them go over. Don't make them go over there.
If you know that, don't force them to go to the barbecue.
No, let them stay home.
Come on, I need you to go with me. Why you keep going over there and they disrespecting that woman?
And you ain't saying nothing.
And you ain't saying nothing. They just sitting there talking to that woman, disrespecting her, showing her disrespect. Not offering her a plate, not offering her nothing to drink, talking bad to her. I'm telling you, there are relationships like that. Where these dudes, that you still taking this girl over there, and and you know. Come on, man.
What time it is?
Wow.
Don't let that happen, people.
And same way as the man. The woman taking the man. Look, why you keep, and let me tell you something. Women, you know you can influence the man to come easily.
Easily.
You can't influence that woman. You can't influence that woman to come easily. No. But a man, a woman can influence a man. Shoot, Eve influenced Adam to bite the apple. And he wants something to
listen to this.
Just like that. It's been happening in the beginning of time. Come on now. We ain't gonna just sit there and just hide that right there.
We have the power of persuasion.
That's right. Don't try to sit there like a man have a power of persuasion over you. You've been having the power of persuasion since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of time. Yeah.
My wife knows she can influence me. She know, like, all right, there's no problem, and you know. And she know it. Yep.
You see that, Mom?
Whatever. She know it. Now it's time for Inspirational Corner with Alzie.
Okay.
Alzie! No, Alzie! Inspirational Corner.
On to today's inspiration. Today's inspiration says, I'll build your own dreams or someone else will hire you to build theirs.
Wow.
Now, the only thing that stands between you and your dreams is the will to try and believe that it can actually happen. That is today's inspiration. I have a scripture for you today. Today's scripture is coming from Deuteronomy 20:4, and it reads, "For the Lord your God is one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory." And that is today's scripture. Now, thank you for tuning in at Inspirational Corner with Alzie Dukes, and I hope you were inspired. On to Coach's Help Desk.
What's up, man? Welcome to Coach's Help Desk. How y'all doing? Hey, I got something to give you a quote, what a coach is all about. A coach will impact more young people or older people in a year than the average person does in a lifetime. All right? Victory, got a quote for you. Victory is in having done your best. If you've done your best, you've won. All right?
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. If you've done your best, you've won. All all right? And that's victory, all right? And the other coaching tip is keep it real and congruent and authentic to your beliefs. Ambitions always. It's not about doing what you think is expected of you, but rather shout building a, let me see, hold you. I got to get this. Rather about building a building business around doing what connects you with your passion and you love every single day. All right? I think that was kind of like rough a little bit, but we can get a better one here. I got one here. You were born to be a player. You were meant to be here. This moment is yours.
All right.
And that's by Herb Brooks, Coach Herb Brooks. All right? You were born to be a player. You were meant to be here. This moment is yours.
All right.
And this is from Coach Dukes. Dream big and pursue your dreams. If you don't dream big and pursue your dreams, then guess what? You're just going to be a dreamer and not a pursuer. Faith without works is dead. That's a quote from Coach Dukes.
All right. Now, thank you guys.
Thank you guys for joining Coach's Help Desk. Now, we're going to hand this over to Alzie. And she's going to give you the last words.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Brief overview.
Again, thank you guys for tuning in on today. To such an awesome segment on today. If you're just tuning in, again, today's topic was 10 basic rules for dealing with in-laws. One was working with your spouse, setting boundaries, enforcing the boundaries and limits. 4 was communicating directly. 5, knowing yourself. 6, getting with the program. 7, learning to cool off. 9 is being mature. 9 is being kind. And 10 says that you should keep your sense of humor. So that was an awesome hot topic. We would like your feedback and your thoughts of what you feel, some rules are with dealing with your in-laws. Okay? And that concludes our segment for today. We also would like to thank Vision Ministries again for such awesome certificate of appreciation. And this has to do with being an influence to the community. Just being a spokesman out there to let you know that life is worth living, and that even though you go through things in life, you got to have vision, and you got to keep your focus to know that through it all, you can get through that situation. Okay, we got the music coming on now. Yeah, he's still working on it. So Coach, he had a certificate as well from Vision Ministries. And it says, for your love, devotion, dedication, and faithful service to the church and the community. This was presented by Evangelist Michelle Richard Phillips, who is the president. Okay. Now that concludes our segment for today. We'll see you on tomorrow, which is Saturday. We'll have Saturday morning coffee talk with your 2 favorite people, Reuben and Alzie Dukes, and we'll have a hot topic for you on tomorrow. So tune in, and you guys have a blessed and awesome day.
that all?
What about this one?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and end it.
Yeah.